presenters and participants of ICCTP 2021. This program is conducted by International Programs of International Relations, Department of International Relations, Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, in collaborations with Dialogue, Empathy, Engagement, and Peacebuilding Global Network. Ladies and gentlemen, this program intends to foster discussions, conversations, and sharing among those who are peace lover and peacemaker, particularly in the conflict transformations, dialogue, and reconciliations, and peace building. So, following these completions of this program, I hope the participants would have gained knowledge, perspective, and best practices in peace building, and will be able to engage constructively in their communities. Ladies and gentlemen, as a Director of International Program of International Relations, Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to Professor Alberto Gomes, Director of Dialogue, Empathy, Engagement, and Peacebuilding Global Network, and he is also the coordinator of this program. And then also to Dr. Arie Kusuma Paksi, my best friend, the coordinator of this ICCTP, and my colleague, Dr. Idam Badruzaman, for making this event come to realizations. Also, I would like to address my thankfulness to all presenters, all speakers who have generously volunteered to share your experience and expertise. And my thankfulness also goes to a wonderful ICCTP secretariat teams, to my brother Julfan, Zikri, and my sister Devia, Luna, and Sasa, for their invaluable assistance in preparing this event. Finally, I'd like to address my appreciations to all participants to join this ICCTP 2021. And it is impressive to see such broad and diverse participants from 23 countries, which has different background and cultures. Welcome to all of you, my friends, participants, and have a great course. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Mr. Sugeng, for your speech. And we would like now to call upon Dr. Arie Kusuma Paksi as the coordinator of ICCTP to make his opening speech. And Mr. Arie, the time is yours.
Okay, let me check. Hello, all presenters and speakers. Very good morning from Indonesia, and I really apologize that I have to wear mask during this opening or in the first day, because we are still in pandemic situation then, and then the government require us to wear mask all the times, most notably in the public area space. But just to introduce you, my full face, maybe in the future we'll meet, or we'll have opportunity to have a discussion. I show you a bit my face so that you can recognize me whenever in the future chance we we meet or we discuss. Okay, and the same actually like Pak Sugeng as director of international program Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. I would like to welcome all of you. Here there are presenters who are keen to come and welcome all of you as well, the participants. As the program coordinator, I would like to say thank you to Pak Sugeng and then Prof. Alberto Gomes for his keen guidance and then his willingness to cooperate with Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta so that the program can be organized, very well from the preparation, and hopefully we can, you as the participant and the presenters can have fruitful, discussion, sharing ideas, knowledge about conflict transformation and peace building. I'm sure we all have these experiences, and this is the space for us to share that ideas. So whenever you got an issue, you have difficulties, just feel free to contact me. Hopefully we can sort it out. I know that we're coming from different part of the world. There are some obstacles we outside of our control, connection, anything. So we will try to address you. We try to sort it out for you so that we still have we can use this opportunity through this forum, to this international course. We can share with although there might be some obstacles that will face on. And also a bit as Pak Sugeng mentioned earlier, I am a junior lecturer in International Relations Department. My research area is about peace building, it's about community development. So maybe in the future, because one of the outcome of this program, there will be you will present something, you will share ideas, something. So maybe this program will become a space, an opportunity for us to share that ideas, and develop, and where we can contribute to our community. So that's a bit from me. So we'll have a talk or a discussion later on in the next 2 weeks. Thank you. Very good morning again from Indonesia.
Thank you, Pak Arie, for the speech. And let me introduce the rest of the team. We have Pak Idam, Mas Zikri, and Mas Zulfan. Please, each of you can introduce yourself.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Idam from Indonesia, and I'm happy, excited to be part of the team. And also, I'm keen to know more about the participants, because I know these participants are from many different backgrounds and expertises, and especially in the peace areas, some of them are very experienced. And so I'm also excited to get to know more about their experiences and their expertises in peace. So yeah, glad to be here and looking forward to have a moment, to have a very enjoyable and fruitful meeting with you guys. Thank you. And now, Mas Zulfan, you can introduce yourself.
Okay. Wait a minute. Hello, everyone. Good morning from Indonesia, and my name is Zulfan Fakri Mahendra. I'm the International Relations Bachelor degree in UMY, Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. I'm hoping that we can make some good output from this summer school ICCTP 2021. Thank you. And I would like to introduce the secretariat team. The other secretariat team is Luna.
I think we will go back to Zikri.
Oh, okay, Zikri. Okay, beside me, sorry.
Okay, thank you for the floor. Hello everyone, my name is Zikri Fatwa Pratama. I'm an IPIREL student, batch 2018. I'm one of the ICCTP organizer, especially a technique at handling kind of technically things, and hope the best for this event. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Pak Idam, Zikri, and Zulfan. Now we would like to invite Pak Alberto Gomes as the Global Director of Deep Network to say a few words. Time and place is yours, Professor.
Thank you very much, Mak Luna. And greetings from Melbourne, I should say. It's a bit cold here, unlike the warm parts of the the other warm parts of the world. On behalf of the Deep Network, we are very pleased to be working collaboratively with Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, and especially with the Department of International Relations. I want to thank Pak Sugen for his kind invitation to us to work on this project. And I also want to thank Mas Arie. Now, as you would realize that I'm using words like Pak and Mas, and I'll tell you in a minute why I use such titles as Ma, Mas, Bu, and Pak in a minute. Because this course is meant to be a course offered in Indonesia. And when we initially mooted the idea of running this course, the plan was to invite all the participants to Indonesia to sample a bit about the wonderful culture of Indonesia as well as the food. And one of the things that we talk a great deal about when we are preparing this whole course is about food. And I shall not say more about what are the favorite kinds of food of the members of this wonderful team that is working with all of us. I also want to thank my friend Mas Arie, who we have worked very closely together in getting this whole project going, and Mas Idam as well, whose skills in web design is just incredible. And Mas Idam is also, Idham I should say, is also the web administrator for the Deep Network. Now Deep, as those of you who are not familiar with what it is, it stands for Dialogue, Empathic Engagement, and Peace Building. Very shortly, we shall share the website for you if you are interested to know more about what we do. This is our first course that we are running together in collaboration, I should say, with a university in Indonesia. In a couple of weeks' time, we will start the next course, or sorry, in 3 more weeks' time, 3 weeks' time, I should say, we will start the next course with Gajah Mada University, which is entitled Transforming Societies. Now, I would also like to thank the number of presenters who are, many of them are, well, I should say that almost all of them are friends. And I managed to twist their arm in terms of trying to get them to contribute to this. We are all doing this course out of goodwill, out of the spirit of sharing. And the reason that we wanted to do this is because we have a very strong passion, a very strong commitment, I should say, as well, in trying to build a better world. And so some of the presenters who were able to join us this morning, as you would be aware of the time difference, so there are a number of them who are unable to join us, especially those who are based in Europe. So we have Alicia. Are you there, Alicia? Aisha, sorry, from the Philippines. And okay, and Siu Fang, would you like to say hello?
Hi, thank you, Alberto, for introducing. Congratulations.
Thank you. And Siu Fang is also from Melbourne, but we live on the other end of the city itself. And Gloria, are you here from Mexico? No, sorry. And I know that Jennifer Murphy is here from the US.
Hi, Alberto.
Hi,
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
How are you, Jenny?
I'm doing great. I'm very excited about this amazing course.
Thank you, Jenny. And then I also see that Joanne is here. So Joanne, would you like to say hello? And Joanne is from Malaysia.
Hi everyone. Hi, Alberto. Very pleased to be here. Looking forward to this exciting course and to communicate and share more with you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And then we will, in the course of the next several days, you will meet the other wonderful presenters. Now, I shall leave it at that at the moment, because we will then move on to talk about the course and what we hope to achieve in this course, some of the various aspects of this. I would say it's an exciting course, okay? Although, we designed it, but why we're excited about it is because it will also have the opportunity of sharing the views that we have with a number of amazing participants. When I looked through the list of participants, I was just so impressed with all the things that most of you have done. So I would also, I get a Gloria is here. Gloria, do you want to say hello?
Yes, thank you, Alberto. And nice say hello from Mexico. And it's nice to see you. I see so many friends here. And yes, and thank you for this opportunity. Hi,
Thank you.
Jenny. Good to see you.
Thank you, Gloria. And I should also point out to you that Jenny is one of the founding members of the DEEP network, and Gloria is the deputy director of the group of the DEEP network. So we do have a number of who we affectionately refer to as Deepsters involved in this course. Okay, I will now like to invite Mas Arie to continue to join in and to talk about the course. And the plan for today is that in the second part of today's session, what we shall do is we will have an open dialogue. And the whole idea of this is to try to bridge the kinds of divides, if there are, and I hope there aren't any divides here. But we also want to plan as much as possible to, well, the plan in this course is to make it as interactive as possible so that we can all share our own experiences, our own expertise, our own talents, and try to work out ways of how that we can work together collaboratively for the future. So now I got Arie on, but before we get on to what the course is about, if I may share. So my formal bit of the introduction is over, but may I now share certain kinds of what I would consider to be my own pedagogical principles, with the hope that we can perhaps look at how we can incorporate this as part of the course. And so I'm going to share a screen at the moment. And the first thing I want to do is to introduce you to the various Indonesian words that you would have come across so far. And that was planned, it was intentional for the various members of the team to use those words. And the first, so this is a bit of like an Indonesian class taught by a non-Indonesian. So the first words is, selamat pagi, which is good morning. So in this course, we can probably greet each other with selamat pagi in the morning, or if it's later in the evening, it could be selamat sore or selamat malam. So I know that one of you, for you, it's selamat malam. So it is good night, which is the way that you would greet. In Spanish, of course, it's like buenos dias, and you have all these different greetings that we use. Selamat datang is welcome. And you would also have heard that we use words like Bapak, Pak. I refer to Pak Sugen. I refer to Arie as Mas Arie, but actually he should be Pak Arie. Let me explain. Okay, so Bapak and Pak is almost like Mr. in English, but there is a major difference. Bapak and Pak also means father, and so this is a wonderful way in terms of intonations. By greeting you, Bapak or Pak is bringing you as a stranger or someone from outside their own family and their own kin relations to be part of theirs. So they refer to any person who is older as Bapa or Pa. So in this course, I know some of you refer to me as Prof. So you can actually now call me Pa. And Pa is what we will use for all the males who are older. And I know that some would disagree that I shouldn't be called Pa, I should be called Dato, which is grandfather. But anyway, then you have Bu, Ibu, and Ibu means mother, or Bu for short. So an older woman is referred to as Bu or Ibu. So for all of you, Jennifer Murphy is Bu Jenny. But however, because Jenny is my younger sister, so I will call her Ma, Umba Jenny. And then we have Umba Luna, Umba Shasha, and then finally, and Umba Devia. And then we have finally Mas. And Mas is what we use for a younger male. Now, the wonderful thing about using Umba, which is sister, Mas, which is brother, Bu, which is mother, and Papa, which is father, is to bring all people outside your own family, your own kin relations into your own circle of friends. And this is a wonderful, inclusive way that I have, picked from my years of working with Indonesians. So perhaps this is one of the things that we can use in order to avoid the tendency to have a hierarchical structure. So you have a prof, a doctor, or you have a Mr., or you have sir, and instead, we will use these terms in this course. So from now onwards, I'm no longer prof, and the only problem I have now here is that Mas Arie, I have asked him for the last 10 years not to call me prof, but he continues to do so. And I just take that as a form of resistance and defiance. So that's the first aspect of Indonesian. And sorry, my cat also wanted to say hello. So she keeps coming and jumping on towards me. Now, the pedagogical principles that I want to talk to you about very briefly is what I call the 7 C's. So the first C is to be cooperative. So in this course, we want to try as much as possible. Well, not try. We want to, I wouldn't use the word impose, but we want to encourage you very strongly that we shall be cooperative. We cooperate with one another. There is absolutely no room for competition. You're not competing with one another in this course. You are not competing with the presenters. You're not trying to outsmart them. And the presenters are not competing with one another, but we are all working together. And this is what we would like to get going in this course, which is what we call collaborative learning, that we collaborate in each other's learning. Then the second C is conciliatory, in the sense that let's try to be pleasant, to make concessions, to have goodwill, and to be consensual in terms. So there are times where there are certain things that you might disagree with, and do keep in mind ways of how we can try to incorporate the ideas that you are against, but to be conciliatory and to listen. And this is the various sessions that you will hear shortly, especially Gloria's session tomorrow on Peace Circle. These are all the important kinds of principles that we have to adopt in terms of building that sort of relations. And when you listen to Jennifer Murphy about conflict transformation, that conflict is natural, but how do we transform from the kinds of the possibilities of it being destructive to it being positive, and how we can bring about positive change in the world that we live in. And so once again, being conciliatory is an important part. To be considerate, that is to to show regard for the needs of others. So be considerate. There is always this tendency, like the thing that I'm doing now, I'm talking so much, but to be considerate, very soon I'll shut up. And I think it must be really an opportunity for all of you to have the chance of speaking and the chance of taking part of this collaborative learning that we are hoping to engage in. Then we have to be civil. And being civil here is to be polite, okay? So there's no room for you to be impolite. And then later on in the course, when you hear my colleague Vedabas talk about non-violent communication, and from the strictly from the Gandhian principles, and this is once again you will learn how to. Sorry, let me turn off my phone. And so civility is really an important aspect as well. One of the 7 C's that has guided my own pedagogical principles. And we also have to try to be congenial to one another. In other words, be friendly, sociable, convivial. Now, the word convivial in English is when you are having a good time, you are convivial, you're happy. So let's try to encourage this in the ICCTP. Be congenial, be happy, be fun. We want this course to be not just a serious course, although peace building is very serious, so it's conflict transformation. However, we must also let our hair down. I mean, in my case, I don't have much hair left, but for those of you who've got lots of hair, let it head down and enjoy, and be fun, and have a great time. Commitments. Now, it might be almost contradictory that you can be congenial, but you can also be committed. So the commitments here is that we want to try to encourage you to be as committed to not just about the course itself, but committed to the various ideals that this course is trying to get across, which is to build a peaceful world. And this commitment is to be committed to each other's collaborative learning, and to be committed in terms of this course by ensuring that you are punctual, by ensuring that you are considerate, and all these other C's that I've talked about. Now, the final word is critical. This is often a misunderstood word when it's used in classes or in teaching. Now, the word critical does not mean to be dismissive or to destroy the ideas of someone else. It is not just to not just in a way of trying to, when someone gives you an argument, that all you have to do by being critical is to point out how wrong that argument is. This is not what critical here means. Critical is to begin to think in terms of seeking, other possibilities of thinking. So in other words, always begin with the premise that things are not what they seem. So there is the possibility that what you have gained so far is just a surface, and go deeper in your analysis to try to be a bit more critical, and critical in terms of weighing all the different possibilities in terms of trying to achieve a much better appreciation or understanding. So those are the 7 C's, and I'm sure you can think of other C's as we come along. But let's now get on to the big C of this course, and that it is the course itself. And I shall turn to Mas Arie to help with that.
Okay, Prof, before we continue, there is Ibu Ayesha Abu Bakar.
Oh yeah, okay, she joined. Okay, Bu Ayesha, do you want to say hello?
Hi, everybody. Thank you for inviting me for this course, and I look forward to meeting the students on Wednesday.
Okay. We don't see you. Oh, I've not seen you.
Oh,
you...
I can see Ibu Ayesha.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you. So I shall show the model, Prof. let me share my class.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you, Prof. Gomes, for explaining the 7 C's. Yeah, now I'm gonna share a bit about the course itself. So I believe that few days you have like all the presenters and the participant have received emails, mentioning about the access to this virtual class, or Moodle system. In UMY, we know it as My Class. In the My Class itself, we have already post informations about the program, the international course, and then with your access, you will be able to read about information about the course. To be honest, we have sent emails to all participants, but some of them we can have a checks here in the system, have successfully accessed it, but few of the participant no still have not opened their account. Therefore, we try to communicate through WhatsApp, message, and luckily we can access it. The thing is in here, all the materials, information related the program we have already point out in here, and then as this course offers a transfer credit, we also inform especially to all participants on the grading, the assessments, and also all information about the schedule, and then also some assignment, or in here we call it reflective paper, where you as what Prof. Gomes or Pak Gomes has mentioned earlier, it is a chance for the participant to share their ideas, the critical analysis, critical point of view about the topic, any topic that explained or being discussed during the sessions. That is why we really hope that all the participants can access this Moodle system or My Class. Because this system, obtains information about each session and course materials. And also for I know that some of you may have connection difficulties in one or two session. That's why we will post the recorded materials. That's why even today for the first day we put on YouTube, or we record it, and then we can post it later so that you can watch it later when your connection is fine. And then as what Prof. Gomes said, the idea of this course is to encourage you to share. Now, I know some of you are used to talk in English, for example. Some are not, but the idea is you share. Try at your best, to share your ideas, your knowledge about it. Or maybe if you are having difficulties to point out the arguments, you want to say that there is chat room facilities on Zoom so that we can all read and then response to your questions maybe, or you need further clarification over the point that the presenter or the other participants say. Okay. again, if you know some of the participant, maybe you know you want some of them, then they haven't got any access, or they couldn't find a way to access this my virtual my class. Let us know so that we can address it or sort it out as soon as we can, so that all of us can participate in the program, you know, and enjoy the program. Okay, so that is a few things I think from Gomes I can share to all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, to get to know the participants, if you go up, if you scroll up towards the word participants, and what you can do is when you click on to the word participants, you will see the list of all the participants. And when you click on each of the person, it will give you some information about that person itself, and where that person is from, and as well as a brief profile that each participant has provided. Now, at the end, we are going to put all these profiles together and share it to all the participants. The idea is that the course will only stretch for several days, and at the end of the of next week, sorry, at the end on the 6th of August, we complete the course. But we believe very strongly that that should not be the end of this engagement, so that this will give you an opportunity to keep in touch with each other and hopefully to start forming some kind of movement so that we can begin to bring more and more people into this peace and conflict transformation family. Okay, so that's the purpose for you to get to know each other, but it is also to facilitate and in a way stimulate the kinds of exchanges that we hope will happen in this course. And can I reiterate what Mas Arie has said? My class is where you are going, all the information about this course in the next 2 weeks will appear on this. So the various presenters will post material on it, as in fact, all of them have already done so, but it is also one where you give you an opportunity opportunity for the various presenters to add to what they have done so. So as you would see, Michaelis Michael has put 2 announcements recently in relation to his session. And so all the announcements are there, and it's important for you to keep track of it. Now, in usual Moodle system, what happens is that if we do post an announcement, it will automatically be sent to your email. But there is unfortunately a computer glitch here, and that aspect does not work. So we shall try as much as possible with the help of the ICCTP Secretariat to email whatever that has been posted as an announcement to each one of you. Now, I also gather, Divya, you have formed a WhatsApp group, is that right?
Yes, sir. And
Yeah,
several participants are already joined.
Do you want to say a bit more about it, Divya?
I think we already share some information about the Zoom meeting and also the attendance list. And if there are participants who are uncomfortable with this group, you may leave, and we will try to inform you by the email. Thank you.
So what Divya has done is has started a WhatsApp group for ICCTP. So you are welcome to join, and you're welcome to exit if you feel that there's far too much information being on this WhatsApp channel. The whole idea, once again, is all the various initiatives you're taking is motivated by this desire desire to encourage much greater contact and much greater engagement, and building relations between all of you. Okay, now let me talk about the sorry, can we go back to the my class,
Okay. Wait. One thing, Prof. Maybe Devia can share the WhatsApp link in the chat room of the Zoom, so that those who are wants to join the WhatsApp group, they can just click that.
Okay.
Okay.
So Divya, can you do that?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, Mas Arie, can we now go to talk about the assessment?
Assessment. This one.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now what we'll do is we will just talk briefly about the assessments for this course, and then we will leave you, we will be happy to field questions on that. So in this course, if you read that part in my class, there will be so it gives you an idea. So there are 3 items of the assessment. One is to do with the participation as well as the attendance. And every time you attend this session, it is recorded. So one of the members of the team will keep track of the attendance of various participants to the different sessions. Now, there are some participants who, because of time difference, have difficulty in attending, and they would be catching part of some of the sessions via the recording. So, as we mentioned earlier, for those participants, please let Mas Arie know by email, and so to ensure that to ensure that you would be marked as someone who has participated. Now, Pak Saddam has said that he asked a question about whether we can mark the attendance. Now, yes, the attendance will be marked by someone, so don't be if you see that in my class and if you've got difficulty with that, don't hesitate to bring it up to the secretary.
Sorry, the attendance is marked by themselves, but the availability is only during the session. However, Sasha, or aka Alisa, will take care of it. I mean, she is going to do the verification. If, for example, the participant forgot to mark the attendance in the my class. So Sasha will know it, because Sasha will also do the recap on the participants Zoom participants list.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically a participant are encouraged to mark the attendance just to do the double check. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mas Idam. Now, the second aspect of the assessment is the reflective paper, which is the main aspect of it. And over there, below that section, you see details about the reflective paper. Mas Arie, can you please read that for me?
Reflective paper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So the participant required to write critical reflective paper on the topics or themes covered in the course. Yeah. Your paper, which should be about 2,500 words, must show engagement with the course presentation and the prescribed readings. It must adhere to the conventional academic requirements of critical analysis, writing style, and referencing. You are advised to write your paper incrementally daily, about 150 to 200 words per session. The course has 14 sessions. Yeah. For tips on how to write reflective, you can see from this link. Yeah, and as an example. On the last day of the course, each participant will be allocated a slot to present on their reflective paper. See below, yeah, for the assessment of the reflective paper for the last meeting, Prof.
Yeah, thank you very much. So the idea of this reflective paper is to it's almost like a diary for you to keep track of what it is that you are thinking about as you go along doing this course. So the plan here is that every day you allocate a certain amount of time to reflect on to what was discussed in the course and also in relation to the readings that you have undertaken. And then you just, what you do is you write maybe like 150 words or 200 words, whatever that you feel, you feel inspired to do. And then once you have done that, you accumulate the total and you come up with this piece of 250 words. It can be in incremental way, or you can be one where we encourage you as much as possible to be incremental in the write daily. And then when you come to the end, we give you an extra, the course ends on the 6th of August, but we give you an extra week to put the final touches to it. Now, look at it this way, that this reflective paper is not for us. We use this as a form of assessment, of course, because this is a requirement of the university if we are going to provide transfer credits to you. However, I would like to encourage you, I would say, to look at this as a way of self-reflection of your own, a project that you're carrying out for your own benefit, and it's not just for the purpose of assessment. And at the end, on the last day, which will be the time for you to present, you can either pick an extract of your paper that you drafted, or you can just present a reflection. It can be on anything that you choose to focus on, and of course, try to be as creative and imaginative as possible. During the next next few days, if you've got any questions about any of this, please do not hesitate to contact the secretariat team, and they would then send the questions that you have to the appropriate people who are involved in either presenting this course or coordinating it. Okay, now we will open up for questions, or if you require any clarification on any of this before we take the break, our break. Yeah. Are there any questions?
Good morning, everyone. Hello.
Morning.
Morning. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm glad to be with all of you and to share my knowledge and to learn new things about the peace and conflicts. However, I have one question. Because of the time zone, yes, you have mentioned that we can submit our attendance later, but that means that we can, for example, attend half of the class online and the rest of the half we can just watch it from the recorded, and then we can have the full mark of attendance. Or what about that? Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you thank you for that question. Yes, we do understand because of the time difference that you may not be able to attend all the different sessions, and for that reason, we want to ensure that you are not in any way excluded or left out of any of the session that's going on. So the two things that I can advise you to do is, of course, to follow the recording. So when the recording is made available on my class, it may be at a time that is when all of us are fast asleep in Indonesia and Australia. You might be wide awake, and so you can follow the recording at that time. And if there are any questions to it, this is where you can post on the forum. So you can write, your own questions, or and in the forum, or in the messaging. So you can send a message in the My Class itself. So the My Class can also be like a platform for you to be part of the course, in the sense that even though it is asynchronous, in the sense that it is not connected to any possible time, but you can get onto it at any time of the day, and you can post your own sort of views or your questions, or your seeking clarification. Okay. So at any point, if you feel that you are struggling to engage in the course because of these kinds of factors that relate to time differences, do not hesitate to let us know. Okay, and we will try as much as possible. We'll try as much as possible to assist you in any way we can.
Yeah.
Is that it's?
Yes, it's clear. Thank you.
It's Ayat, yeah? Is that how you
Yes,
pronounce your name? Ayat.
Yes, true. Yes,
So
correct.
I will call you Mbak Ayat.
Thank you.
So
most welcome. Any more questions?
Good morning, everyone.
Hello, good morning.
My name is Julius. Yeah, my name is Julius. I'm from Malaysia. I would like to ask a question regarding the reflective writing. Can the reflective writing take the shape of our personal experience from the field, or it has to focus mainly on the articles that we read from my class? Thank you.
That's a very good question, Julius. And if you look at the way your reflective paper is going to be assessed, one of the key items on the criteria is engagement. So if you were to write the whole reflective paper without engaging in the course, then you're not going to attain. So the way this assessment works is that all of you, it's like a way everyone begins with a 0, and then you go on, incrementally adding to it. So if you have not been engaging in the course, and if you were just going to write your own reflective piece, then that would be at the expense of proper engagement. In other words, engaging with the material that is being covered. But having said that, we're not in any way saying that you should not include your own experiences. I mean, the whole idea of it being personal, creative, reflective is to put that bit about you in. So the writing itself can be what we call autobiographical. You can be some biographical in the sense that you can put yourself into the writing itself, So I think that's an important part of it. But when you look at Julius, when you look at the assessments criteria, it would be quite clear to you that quite a large chunk of the marks that will be allocated to you will be from your engagement, will be based rather on your engagement with the course. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, most welcome.
Prof, there is Ibu Priska Delima too.
Oh, good. Okay, Bu Priska, silakan.
Hello, Bu Priska.
Hello. So I should say that Bu Priska is also one of the presenters who will focus on Indonesian processes of peace building.
Yes, sorry, I just unmute myself. I've been so busy this morning, so it's very great. I'm able with my colleague, Dr. Sri Narianti, to be able to join the summer course. I'm happy to meet you, and I hope that you guys are happy and safe and also healthy. That's the most important thing nowadays. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you, Bu Priska.
Arie and Professor Gomes. Thank you.
Yeah, terima kasih, Bu Priska. And Priska is going to be the co-panelist with Bu Yanti, Dr. Sri Norianti, who is in fact in the US at the moment. So we have had to kind of try to juggle the time so that they will both be able to present on the same panel. Okay. Any more questions?
Yeah. There are some questions actually from the chat room, Prof. Some
Okay.
about technical things, like as what.
There is Adebola raised his hand.
Oh.
Raise hand.
Okay. Yes.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm Adebola from the Gambia.
Wow.
I'm the founder and director of West African Center for Peace Science and Conflict Transformation. I'm the only one that has been allowed to participate in this program, but I want to seek for your indulgence if my colleagues in my office can have observatory status, not necessarily as participant, but whether they can go along in the course of the program. Did you get my question?
Yes, yes. Okay. Perhaps what we can do is we can arrange kind of a personal meeting between you and Dr. Arie about it. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Thank you. Are there any more questions?
Yeah. Okay. Prof, there are some technical questions.
Sure.
In the chat room. Maybe we can explain. Some ask about how to mark the attendance. Maybe we can ask Idam to do like simulations.
Okay.
And then what I can say as well, as Prof. Gomes already mentioned earlier, that we know that that there will be a technical issues during the session of this international course. Therefore, we do two types of attendance marking, we call it. First one, like Alicia or Sasha will do a check during the session, and then the second one, as the participant will do it manually by yourself. But of course, and this marking online through the system will be open. We will limit the time, but when you have difficulties, because the connection or computer issues, you can always let us know. That is why there is a WhatsApp group, or you can email me, so that I can have a record, through the email about this. Okay.
Sure.
We want to. Okay. Let's go.
Yeah, as you can see on the screen, so this is the session 1, Monday, 26th of July, and then there is attendance here, and then the attendance is available. If you compare to the next session, the next session is not available. You can see the color is kind of fainted, and this one is available because this one is only limited only for 1 day because of the time difference. We will limit the attendance session for 1 day, so you can mark it anytime on 26th of July. However, if you forgot to mark this attendance, the committee will also do the verification from the participant list in the Zoom. So in case you forgot to mark this, no worries. You will be gathered. Your attendance will be gathered by the committee, by the secretariat.
on another occasion where you are unable to join the live meeting, and you can ask you based on the information earlier, you can send a message to Pak Arie, saying that you are unable to join, so you are going to watch the streaming, you're going to watch the video on YouTube, and that can also be marked as attendance, but I don't know whether the attendance will be. We have to ask again, Pak Alberto and the team, whether we are going to give it like a full attendance or half attendance for the meeting, through the YouTube. But we understand that the time difference is the issue here. So probably if you do so, just the procedural, where you can please send a message to Pak Arie or to the secretariat that you are unable to join, and you will be just watching the YouTube, then it will be just fine. It will be marked as an attendance as well. So yeah, that's that's the simulation of how I mark the attendance. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. My name is Irfan Khan and I'm from Pakistan. I have been engaged in the development sector from last 12 years. And apart from that, I've been working as a visiting faculty member in the University of Peshawar in my parent department in international relations and peace and conflict. My question is regarding this reflective paper. Whether is it possible, if there is any possibility to publish this paper in either of New South Wales University or in the hosting university for this course? This is, I'm looking forward for your response, please. Thank you.
So the question, if I've heard it correctly, is Irfan, is that whether there's a possibility of publishing your paper, is it? Was that the question?
Yes, that's what my question is.
Okay, well, of course you can publish it if you wish to. Okay, so it's your paper. Is it a question? Okay, sorry, I may have misinterpreted your question. Is it a question on whether we are going to publish it?
Yeah, actually, my question was that is there any possibility? In this host University of Malaysia or in New South Wales University,
to publish it.
Yes, to get a chance to publish that.
Sure.
At a later stage. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for that question. Of course, we can explore that possibility.
Yep.
Because Mas Arie is the editor of one of the journals.
Yeah.
So we that's a good question. So let's explore that possibility.
Yeah.
Any other?
Assalamualaikum. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Tuba Ahmed from Pakistan. I'm really appreciating your effort on that topic. But I have a question about reflecting paper too. It is a biographical thing, or it's only question on a topic. We have to address any topic about this, or just our diary type things, we learned this thing or we got this thing from this topic.
So the reflective paper is essentially a critical reflection of the sessions. So, for example, tomorrow you have, Gloria speaking about peace circles. And so when you are writing your reflective paper, you think about that session that Gloria runs and about the various lessons that you've gained, the various sorts of ideas that she has presented in terms of the peace circle itself. And whether there were any sorts of sort of critical comments that you might want to make, context of that. And then if you go to the following day, when you hear, Jenny Murphy speaking about conflict transformation, once again, there might be some ideas that, and some sort of views that you might form as a result of your engagement with that and of that topic. So it is going to be focused on the topics, on the sessions, but you can also draw in the readings. Now, I know that 150 words and 200 words is going to be rather inadequate, too short. If a person who, for example, if you would ask me to write something about a particular session, I might, write like 2,000 words, and so it depends. But why we have kept it short is largely because let me teach you a bit of other Indonesian words, and in Malay as well. They say that sedikit lama-lama jadi bukit. little at a time, after a while it becomes a mountain or a hill.
Yeah.
So when you work incrementally, sedikit, so every day you do a little bit, and then at the end.
In Urdu we say katra katra fulsam banta hai. That means drop by drop you can make a sea.
Exactly. That's in all the different languages we will find similar kinds of words. So since this course is from Indonesia, we will say sedikit lama-lama jadi bukit. So what we are trying to get you to do is to have bukit. Okay. To build a mountain, a hill. Yeah.
Thank you.
Most welcome. Thank you for the question.
Good evening.
Yes.
To everyone. I'm very pleased to be here with you this morning for you, this night for me in Colombia. My name is Alejandra. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you to all the members of the committee and to Alberto for organizing this. I have a question also regarding the paper that we have to write. Is there a quotation form that we have to follow?
So
are there some norms, some rules?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for that, Alejandra. So what you have to do is follow the academic conventions. So academic conventions in the sense that it can be quotations, it can be, so your question, if it's in relation to whether we will count the quotation, so we're not going to be so pedantic about, I don't think Mas Arie is going to sit there with his, counting the number of words, okay? So what we will do is that, remember that while we give you a guide as to 150, 200 words a day, it has to follow academic conventions. If you're not very familiar with what these conventions are, don't hesitate to ask, okay? So you can have, you have citations, you have references, and that's, and the important thing, of course, as those of you who are familiar with academic conventions, is that, plagiarism is out. So you cannot go and download the whole page from Google and then claim that as your own. So I think all of you would know this kind of academic dishonesty that we cannot allow. But having said that, while we have a limit of 2,500 words, this is your project, okay? So this is your writing. So be free to write as much as you want.
Yeah.
And when you submit your paper, Mas Arie will only read the first 2,500 words.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, okay? I'm just joking about this. But please, be free to write as much as you want.
Yeah.
This is your paper. This is your project. It is your reflection, and we will, we will appreciate whatever you write. And at the end of the day, we will get a great deal of pleasure and joy reading what you have written. but
Yeah.
but it is your paper. It is your your bit of your contribution to the course itself. So be free to be creative, be free to write as much as you want, be free to express your own personal views, be free to express your critiques. If and that way. So we have to reflect on today's session as well in a paper. So Said Shah, if you personally, I don't think there's anything profound being said in today's class except what Mas Arie has said. So I have not said anything profound. So I don't think there's much to be reflective of what we have said today. But if you feel that there is something that was said and that you want to reflect on it, then by all means. So it does not mean that you have to, does not mean that every session has to be featured. All it means is that you do it incrementally. Let me put it this way, okay? I'm sort of saying that I've come up with this idea largely because of my own limitations. If you were to ask me to write a 2,500 word paper, I'm not going to write it every day. I'm going to wait till the last day and I'm going to write the whole lot, 2,500 words. And this is my problem. But that's why I'm judging on the basis of the problem that I have. Maybe none of you have shared the same problem that I do, and to wait till the last minute to produce this piece of paper. So I think in this way, always when I come to this point, I would ask myself, why didn't I write bits and pieces? Why didn't I do sedikit, lama, and I got a bouquet? So it is very important for you to do bits and pieces.
Yeah.
But from my mistakes, I've learned that now as I go on with writing papers, every day I write a bit, maybe 1 or 2 sentences sometimes. It could be 10 pages on other days. But eventually, at the end, I have the whole paper or the book.
They may like the participant can develop it later, whether they want to submit it in journal. I can help that because I'm editor-in-chief in Journal Indonesia. Or maybe we can compile into a book, all these ideas from the ICCP participants, the contributions of them, sharing experience, from different part of the world regarding this topic that we are discussing on in the every session. Maybe that's an idea, but just try to encourage yourself to write sedikit-sedikit, 150, 200, relate that a session and relate that to your experience. What do you think of it? And it will be like a wonderful share to everyone, including for me, because I'm limited to just one part, small part of the world. And I would like to read as well from your side, learn from your side. That's the things I think, Prof.
There are 2 raised hands.
Okay, now can I just say to the question from Rafia? The request is, since we have some time left, well, we've got plenty of time left. So what we're going to do is we'll take a break now, and then we'll come back and all the participants will have an opportunity to introduce yourselves, to get to know each other, to exchange ideas, talk as members of the ICCT team. We talk about what food we have had. So be free to share, and you can talk about your favorite food. And I think the most important thing is that we can start to get to know each other. Okay, so remember that this is a collaborative learning team. It's going to be teamwork. We are all going to share our ideas, and we're going to work together to build ICCTP, not just for us, but for all of you. Okay, so Mas Arie, shall we take a break now?
30 minutes, yes.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Okay, sorry.
Yes, good morning. Oh, Selamat pagi, Professor. Okay, sorry, my name is Michael Afalami, and I'm from Nigeria. I would like to ask a question, a quick question, please, and it's based on our presentation. I would like to ask if our presentation will be based on the reflective paper that we're going to be writing, and how much time will each participant have for their presentation?
Okay. As stated in the, each participant will be allocated 5 minutes. So we will provide you with details of that. It will be based on your reflective paper.
Okay, thank you very much.
And you know, closer to the time of the presentation, we will provide you with details. And the details may not be through online, but the details will be provided through my class. So it's really important for you to check my class on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Okay.
More question?
Yeah, one more. Asiki. Asiki has a question.
Hi there, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
I am Ashiki Alahi, from, one of IRE students, international relations students from UMY. My question is, we are going to talk about conflict and peace. In that case, we might have to talk about some actions of a certain governments or some political parties in some other part of area. So it could be categorized as a politically criticized or something like that. Are we allowed to do that? Because we are going to be doing it from the perspective of academic area, not like taking a political stance, but we will have to eventually criticize those actions or certain political party or government. Are we allowed to do that on our paper? Thank you.
You're allowed to be critical. I mean, this is the whole idea, but there has to be some kind of balance. So let me give you an example. You might have certain strong views about something or some issue, but the problem here is that your views may not be shared by the views of the others in this group. So do listen to, especially do listen to Jenny Murphy and Michalis later when they talk about conflict transformation and dialogue. So as many of you who know me well enough will know that I come from the left perspective. That's my politics, politically on the left. But this does not mean that we just be critical of just right-wing people and dismiss them. But I think it's also, we have to try as much as possible to engage. Any kind of intervention that you make, you must make sure that it is respectful to others within this group itself. Personally, I think it might be best to avoid, given that this is such a short course and it's only 8 days that we have, to avoid political and religious issues that can be contentious. Okay, I'm not saying that they are, but they can be contentious. And let you be the judge of it. And one of the things that we can probably do is that if we feel that what you're saying is problematic, then if someone else says that it is problematic, then it's perhaps important for you to listen to it. But one thing that I think we can all agree with is that Donald Trump is a bonehead. Sorry, you didn't understand what bonehead is, maybe. Well, we can all, I think, can we all safely say that we all agree that we don't like Donald Trump, or we don't like Donald Trump's politics. Is that an agreement?
Agree?
I don't think so, sir. I have to be honest.
You think that Donald Trump is doing good?
Not for me, but still he got to manage a lot of boats from his country.
He got to what? Sorry.
He has managed a lot of boats in his country.
Oh, he got votes. Yes, of course. There's no doubt that he has managed a lot, to get a lot of votes. Yeah. But here is where we have to think that that in any kind of judgment that we're going to make of anybody, we have to, or the politics, we have to keep in mind that in terms of the greater good of humanity. So if there are certain politicians or certain people who are in fact getting the votes of certain people, but who at the end of the day makes things worse for us. And I think all of us will have those kinds of views in terms of, for me, for example, being an environmentalist, anyone that comes up with policies that goes against the climate action, for example, then I would consider, from my own political perspective, I would consider that that person is in fact presenting from a very selfish idea, and it's against the greater good of not just humanity, but of greater good of the planet. Okay, so these are the kinds of judgments that we have to make and to come up with a balance of what is the greater good. But thank you for the question. I think you've got us to be so very serious when this first day was supposed to be a bit fun-like.
It's a dialogue.
Thank you, Prof, for the answer, and it's
my pleasure. Yes.
Yeah, looking forward to have a good course.
Thank you, and we look forward to having you make it a good course. Is there any? So shall we take the break now?
Yeah, we are in the time now, 10:30. So we'll have a break for 30 minutes. Prof, we'll come back at 11. Okay.
Okay.
So while we're having a break, maybe some of the participants have still got an issue on like accessing my class, and then maybe asking about attendance. Now you can express that or say that in the chat room so that our organizing team can help you, can assist you in this. Okay, Prof?
Sorry, I didn't catch up. What time after break we have to join back?
It's 11.
11 Jakarta time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 11 Jakarta.
30 minutes from now.
Sorry, how many minutes?
30 minutes.
30 minutes, right. Thank you.
So see you guys at 11.
Okay, then see you guys at 11. Yeah, I had a query. Do we have to exit and then join back, or do we have to?
No, you can stay.
No, you can stay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Professor. See you in some time.
Okay.